Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 30th of November. So last trading day of November, we'll see if we get any end of month rebalancing. It can be an odd old day. Certainly no significant news today, just very light data out. We have got speakers, of course. We've still got Brexit negotiations going on, which there's comments that there's great progress, we're nearly there. Well, we'll see. Well, that's just the lingering thing there. Anyway, aside of that, then let's have a look at the technicals, and we're looking at the euro dollar here. It has started on the up today. As the markets opened last night, started pushing up. There's little to be said here really at this stage. I mean, there is a daily pivot below and a monthly pivot, which any sell-off I would be looking at as a targets. But at the moment, the way this has been moving on the 60 minutes, it's higher lows, higher highs. So it's whether or not this can continue. The market did get particularly thin at times on Friday. It did get a little bit of a shove towards the later part of the morning there and through. But we'll see how this moves in. But for now, sit on my hands with the euro. It's not given a lot of obvious moves. Cable, well, consolidated all day week even last week, ending up Friday slightly down there, but as I'm looking at it at the moment, just catching a bit of a bounce. It looks like it's hit the weekly pivot. Yeah, it's hit the weekly and daily pivot's been caught on that first bar of the day, and well, looks from at this point, it still looks like it's got more potential. A bit more of a mixed market because of the lower high that was confirmed on Friday, and then we had a second lower high there, but it's starting to get a bit of traction to the upside. It bounced well and has gone through the Asian session pretty well. Obviously positive Brexit talks are maybe helping that. Dollar yen is a little bit more, well, actually, about much the same. I mean, it ended up down on Friday. Really, we've seen that sort of drift there, a bit of a bounce this morning, which seems to be a bit common. Seeing actually, it looks like it's. Let's get a bit of an RSI on there instead. Well, it's not quite a divergence, was it? It didn't quite get down low enough, but certainly. It's getting a bit of traction on this 60-minute yen at the moment. Resistance could be coming in the form of that 50 MA to 200 MA, which is just about to cross for a death cross. Lower highs, lower lows. Trend certainly still down at this stage, but that well, it doesn't take much to move it out of this trend at the moment because of the tight ranges it's been sitting in. Aussie dollar. So Aussie dollar, I was looking. I had alarms and everything set up on this Aussie dollar. That's mainly because of the bigger time frame here. Just looking at these prior highs here, and just really looking to see if we get a break or a touch of those that level. It would be into the monthly R3 on the break of that. So maybe we get a reaction, and if it's going to drift up that way or push on up that way as we go through the week, well, those pivots would be gone, and we'll have a new monthly pivot come tomorrow. Weekly pivots sitting below, which could be a bit of a draw, so to the downside. So if it does start selling off, there's a target at least. But at the moment, it's just it's that sort of all slow drift, and well, there's possible opportunities as it's just back to its on the dailies, but it's actually touching the daily pivot here, and just trying to catch a bit of a bounce here. Maybe this has got more upside. Maybe one of the better looking charts at the moment, at least. Maybe fall back to the highs, and even towards that monthly R3 prior highs. Okay, we always see load of buy orders above the Aussie dollar, but not always see them pushed up there. Okay, that's the Aussie. Canadian dollar, we should be seeing some sort of benefits on this. We've seen oil negotiations being discussed, and looks like they may be extending it for a further 3 months, which is pretty much expected. It would have a good effect on the Canadian dollar, but not really showing it too much. It's probably pretty much priced in because it was expected, and we're just seeing consolidation on this 4 hourly, and consolidation generally at the lows just generally ends up with more downside, as we've seen it each time it's done it with the Canadian dollar. Maybe we've got some more downside coming through on the Canadian dollar. That's pretty much there with the currencies. Let's have a quick look at the S&Ps. So S&Ps are down this morning. MPs. S&P's down at the moment, and well, maybe catching a bit of a bid from some support here. In fact, it looked on that 4 hourly that it was okay. It's not far off of finding a bit of support off the 4 hourly 50 there. Bit of a sharp sell-off through the Asian session there. Maybe we'll get a sharp rebound and a V bottom in this little short-term market. But no reason to be shorting that personally. Maybe the long side's got some potential. Oil, it's not really reacted too much off what we're seeing. It's already had the reaction through the month and the expectation that there'll be further continued cuts here. Just finding support off the weekly pivot, maybe a break of that trend line would give us some further, or should signify further upside. But at the moment, well, lower highs, lower lows, just drifting south a little bit at the moment, downwards. There is the 200 I was looking at there, 60-minute 200 could be a draw to the downside. There's no divergences or anything sitting there. Looking a little soft at the moment, but that could all change. Right, there's not a lot of these markets at all. As much as I like to see something, the Aussie dollar of them all looks probably about the best. Even though I'm just having a look, the 8 o'clock candle's coming in and it's immediately sold off there. So let's just watch what's happening first thing this morning. Nothing significant for me on the burner at the moment, but as I say, things may progress quite quickly as we get a bit of volume through. Okay, have a great day. Bye for now.